We've seen a decline of 74% of people blocking a bike lane. We've also seen a decline of 50% of people blocking a bus lane. And we've seen a decline of 68% of people who might be blocking a loading zone.
Working with automotive has opened up our bike lanes, but I can tell you as someone who daily uses the bike lane in Washington Street, the results have been significant. Hoboken is famous as a mile square city. It's the home of Frank Sinatra, birthplace of baseball. Inside our mile square city, we have about 65,000 people, so it's a very densely populated urban community.
Yeah, the people really make Hoboken a great city, so we are very focused on making sure that our downtown area is one that people can use in a way that's safe.
Historically, we have had people viewing our bike lanes as double parking lanes, forcing people to ride their bikes into traffic.
Imagine if you're on a bus and the bus stops in the middle of the road and you have to walk out through parked cars, maybe through a bike lane as well, in order to get safely to the sidewalk. It's just a very chaotic environment. We're not talking about a few people here and there. We're talking about dozens and dozens, if not hundreds of people whose lives are being impacted.
The other area is loading zones. When you have a truck that's offloading goods, that's great. But when they're sitting there for 2 hours beyond the 20 minutes that they're permitted, it frustrates our ability to have them used to their maximum potential.
Now, with the loading zone enforcement automation, we're seeing those loading zones turn over a lot more. It can also automate a lot of the data gathering that organizations like ours find really expensive to do and cumbersome, and that's really valuable data.
And using the data that we learned from the pilot program, we're able to implement policies and address real problems and not problems that are just perceived. It's one thing when people feel something, but it's another thing to actually have the data. When you have the data, when you use the technology, you can actually implement solutions that are tailored to the problem.
There are cameras that are placed which can identify if there is a car in a loading zone or a car in a bike lane. That potential violation is then reviewed by one of our parking enforcement officers to determine whether or not there was a violation of the law.
What we've seen is with the technology and working with automotives that we've been able to have our bus stops used for buses, use our bike lanes used for bikes. And if the loading zone is only being used for 20 minutes or less, that's going to open up more possibilities to help support the businesses that had been relying on double parking and bike lanes and that sort of thing in the past. We have a limited number of officers, and they have to prioritize public safety issues which are most critical. So using technology like the kind that Automotus provides gives a tool to the city of Hoboken to allow automated enforcement of parking violations without taxing our limited police officer resources.
The city announced this plan, and they started issuing warning citations for people who were double parked. It was almost an overnight impact.
If you're a community that's struggling with keeping bike lanes safe, loading zones used in efficient fashion, there is technology out there for you to consider, and it's worth looking into.